Welcome everybody to the Velocity Dirt Touring Series. Tonight we'll have the Dirt Super Late models here at Lanier. Little light number of cars here tonight, only 15 registering, but we got a fast 15 here tonight. We got 50 laps on the books, and as you can see, front row we got Brian Thomas in the 20, outside of him the 21 of Taylor Ron. You have a newcomer who was able to get a heat win already earlier in the night, the 182 of Matt Durbin. As you get through the field, you can see the 30 of Alex Hayes outside of row number 2. As you can see in the background, cars getting into their new positions here at the Velocity Dirt Touring Series. We take an invert of 12 cars from the heat races and do a random draw for those top 12. That'll be your new top 12 starting lineup. As you can see, some big names here tonight. 64 of Heather Kent, always fast. And how about this, 18 of Jacob Marcellet joining us tonight. Always a fast car in the 18. And rounding out the rear, the 29 of Jonathan Foxworth, able to get the win last week. And every feature winner the following week they race will be starting in the rear of the field. Pretty good one tonight. Starting in the rear, usually we get about 22 cars for features, only 15 here tonight. But 15 laps should be some exciting racing. We got Jaron Valley outside that second row, outside the 182. Don Velou in the 19 here tonight. Got the 711 of Daniel George Jr. in that 8th spot. Kinzer Tosh in the 11th, starting 10th. Never too lucky on those redraws, but you always see them end up in the front. But we'll stack them to the other. Coming green this time, the 20 of Brian Thomas leads him to green. 50 laps here at Lanier. 182 diving to the inside of the 21 of Ron. Quickly out there for Matt Durbin, already challenging for that front spot. Ron washes high, Jaron Valley comes low, secures that 3rd spot. Oh, and a little mix-up from Brian Thomas, goes high. Matt Durbin already in the lead. Welcome to the Velocity Dirt Touring Series. He's already leading on lap 3. Alex Hayes and Heather Kent battling back there. To be for that 6th spot. Ron looking to the inside of the 91 of Jaron Valley. Ron getting a good run on Brian Thomas. Contact with Thomas. Doesn't affect Thomas as he keeps it rolling. Alex Hayes looking to the inside of the 19 of Velou. How about that? Zach Staggs and Foxworth making their way through the field. Zach Staggs jumping already into that 7th spot. Started towards the rear, already working on Heather Kent in the 64. Not too many cars in the heat race. Track still open on that inside. I know little warm-ups. Try to take the top away. Looks to be bottom dominant so far. Kinzer Tosh working that low line. Gets past Marcellet in the 18. Cars trying to work that top. Heather Kent can't seem to be doing much on that high side. Cars passing on the low. You go take a look. The 182 of Durbin still in the lead, and it's your first Rocky Top caution of the night on lap 8. And it looks to be Daniel George Sr. Let's see what happens there, and just a little bit of contact in the wall and gets hooked on it. Front right looks to be shot right there. So far 8 laps into it, a lot of side-by-side racing. Small field, but cars are still battling heavily throughout this race. As always here at Velocity, we do a Delaware restart. That's when your leader is all by themselves. 2nd place gets to choose inside or outside. 3rd place goes opposite, and everybody else falls in line. As you can see right now, everybody's getting their positions. Looks like Brian Thomas in the 20 going to take the low end. How about that? 19 of Dom Valou. 4th place right now. Strong start. As the pace truck will move off the track, and Matt Durbin leading them back to green. Ron gets a good jump on that second spot on the outside. Gets a good run, and he'll secure that second spot. Alex Hayes working on that third spot. Looks to the inside of the 20 of Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas with a good drive in the corner. Ron pulling outside of turn 2. It's like cars getting trapped up when they go to the high line. There's nothing there. As Daniel George Sr. re-enters the track, lap car, can anything happen there? He stays high for the leaders. Nothing wrong here. Ron looking inside of the 182 Durbin. Ryan Thomas gets a good run, and he'll get past the 21 of Ron. Ron with a tap on the 20. He keeps her going. Just inside. Can he clear him? Thomas secures that second spot. Ron 3rd. Hayes 4th. Not much working. Don Valou to the inside of 30 of Alex Hayes. So he need a really solid run. As you can see, Kinzer Tosh having that inside working. He's got a smooth car. You've seen a lot of these cars going low, but can't keep it down there. And Kinzer Tosh with a slider tonight. And the 19 of Blue. Zach Staggs working up there. Looks like Heather Kent's trying to figure it out now. The pickoffs in the positions that he lost earlier in the race. And George Jr. trying to work on the 3 of Kendrick Hom for that 10th spot. It's all about being smooth as Foxworth gets past the 3 and the 71. He passes 2 cars at once with Marcelette following. This track tonight is all about being smooth. You can already see by some of the cars the momentum, just a tap of the brakes or sliding up the track is really going to slow you down. It looks like Kendrick Hom might have got some assistance. Gets a little tight there. Don Valou and the 30 of Alex Hayes with a nice battle for that 5th spot. How about that? I told you earlier that 11 of Kinzer Tosh has been smooth so far in the first 20 laps. Can he make anything work? 182 of Durbin while the 20 and 21 battle. He is extending that lead to a full straightaway. Looks like Ron securing that 2nd position. Can Kinzer Tosh and the 11 do anything? As he's reeling in 2nd and 3rd. That Foxworth, it's taking a bit tough to pass here, but he's up into that 9th spot from starting 15th. Jaron Valley with a slider in the 19, nothing there. So he'll throw another slider in 1 and 2, and he gets it. Foxworth wanting to see all those battles so he can try to get past them too. As he jumps in that 8th spot. Heather Kent in the 64 battle with the 30 of Hayes for that 5th spot. I think Kent might have fell back. So maybe that 10th spot, but he is fighting his way up and getting a good groove of this racetrack. George Jr. and Zach Staggs battling out for that 11th spot. Kendrick Hom with a little shove to the back of the 79 of Staggs. As it is your Tay-Tay's Tech Shed halfway home. We got 25 laps of racing to go. Ooh, Clemesco gets a little heavy into the corner. Ooh, as he broke, we'll see if we keep her green. As the leader right back to the rear of him. Looks like 79 of Musgrove keeps her going. These 3 keep battling for these through this 2nd and 3rd position. Kinzer Tosh to the inside of the 20 of Brian Thomas. So get a dive on the inside of the car and your momentum's drained. As Foxworth moving up to that 6th spot. I'm sure he's wanting to see a caution. He's a rocket ship so far tonight. Valley trying to follow Fox. We're trying to get past the 30 of Hayes. Jacob Marcellet having a nice run going on. Looking at the inside, we're trying 3 wide there. Marcellet to the inside. Jordan Valley gets around the 30, Marcellet follows. Trying to make that bottom line work with that slick patch. Everybody's trying to run right that same line right above the slick, trying to get that car to turn. Matt Durbin still a full 2.5 second gap on Ron. As Tosh and Brian Thomas continue to battle. Does he have anything? Ron working on the lap car. Tosh on the inside of Brian Thomas. We might be going 3 wide here with the lap car. Tosh stays low. Drifts up the track a little bit. Doesn't make contact. We keep it going. Brian Thomas clears Musgrove. Tosh following. Car's a little spread out now. Daniel George Jr., Don Ballou in the 19, and Alex Hayes in the 30. Don Ballou to the inside of Stiggs, throws the slider on 1 and 2. Alex Hayes jumps down low at Daniel George Jr. right behind him. He tried to split the gap. Alex Hayes with a slider, and Don Ballou counters. Dom clears, and Daniel George trying to get the slider. He parks it right on the 30 as well. He gets past contact with Hom in the 30 of Hayes. Everybody's still going straight there. Daniel George Jr. working on Ballou. They've been battling for the past 10 plus laps. As we got coming to 10 to go here. No contact with Daniel George Jr. and Dom. Looks like he just got shoved up the tracks. Dom Ballou throws the slider back in the 7-11. 19 with a block, but Daniel George Jr. throws the slider right back in 3 and 4. Looks like he'll keep that 9th spot as they continue to battle side by side. And Marcellet able to get up to that 7th spot, battling with the 91 of Jaron Valley. And how about that? The 20 and 11 catching up to that 21 car. Matt Durbin still to a 3-second lead, pulling his lead away. Ooh, Brian Thomas slightly in the wall. Tosh will throw the slider. He throws it right on him. Brian Thomas counters. Not able to throw it back. Tosh is there. A little bit of contact. And how about that? Heather Kent coming to join the show as we're 5 to go. And oh, it's Musgrove in the 79 up into the wall. Let's see if he can keep going, and no. Caution will be thrown. Rocky top caution. We'll see what happened there. The 79 Musgrove into the wall. And Don Ballou. A little bit of assistance to that 79 Musgrove car. And yeah, looks like he's broke. Trying to keep her going, but safety of the other cars with 5 to go brings out our second caution of the night. And that is shaking things up. A 3-second lead erased for Matt Durbin as Ron will come into that 2nd spot, and officially Tosh sneaking away with that 3rd spot away from Brian Thomas. And you guys saw there Heather Kent with some great runs to end that stint off. Be sure to keep an eye out for him on these last 5 laps, and don't count out. We were talking about him before, but Jonathan Foxworth, your winner last week, had a battle through majority of these cars, starting at that 15th spot. He is up into that 6th position as everybody gets filed in. Think it'll be a good one here. Couple cars out into the pits. Looks like we got 13, and it's Matt Durbin taking to the line. Contact between the 21 and the 11 of Tosh. Looks like a little slap. Kinzer, Tosh, Thomas, and Kent 3 wide. Ooh, Brian Thomas up the track. You can see a lot of these cars starting on that outside. Nothing much that outside. They are fading quickly. A toss up in the standings. Is Kent battling with the 11 of Tosh. Well, that Daniel George Jr. gets up into the mix as we have our 2 to go this time by. There's a lot of battling throughout this whole field. We go to the front. Matt Durbin all by himself gets a little bit of loose. Taylor Ron to the outside, battling with the Lockdale Sim Sports. 1 to go. Kinzer Tosh, does he have anything? Ryan to the outside, Durbin to the inside. 1 more corner. Durbin gets a good run. Taylor Ron tries to go on the inside, but it is a 182 of Durbin by half a car. What an exciting last 5 laps to that race. Anybody's ball game, but it is the newcomer in the 182 machine. Matt Durbin taking on the win, dominated all night. And how an exciting last lap that was. Taylor Ron had an opportunity. Kinzer Tosh was there too. Heather Kent. Some big names to fend off for Matt Durbin. But he is able to come home with the win, as he'll pull into the victory lane. We'll get our top 3 pictures. But huge congratulations to 182 to pull off the win there. You know, 15 cars, but it was an exciting from start to finish. As this is your Velocity Dirt Touring Series top 3 tonight. Matt Durbin, Taylor Ron, Kinzer Tosh, rounding out your top 3.